Welcome to Hope, a channel to highlight stories where it is clear to see, where sin abounded, grace abounds more. Check out today's episode.
Sebastian, welcome to Hope Prison Ministries.
Thanks.
You have quite a story.
Yes, sir.
You sent me some pictures earlier this morning that tell quite a story of a very different young man than the man sitting across from me now.
Yes, sir.
But give us some history. How did you come to be here?
I was in TJJD with and I had I wasn't gonna be able to go back to my city, and I was trying to I was getting close with God, so I wanted to take a chance, and my case manager and a lot of people from TJJD helped me find this placement, and
you weren't going to be able to go back to your city.
yeah.
Why?
Because I was an active gang member in gang unit, and the city didn't want me because of my victims and the stuff I done in my past.
So you were an active member of...
Finance Southside Brand Blood from San Diego, California, and 9100 block in El Paso, Texas.
So you were a member of the Bloods.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
And while you were a member of the Bloods, you committed...
a lot of things I did. Robberies, shootings, all that stuff, to be honest.
In particular, though, you faced two
I was locked up for 2 murders.
capital murder charges.
Yes, sir.
Explain the difference between murder and capital murder for me and for our listeners, because I wasn't sure completely.
A murder is a first degree, and a capital murder, that's the worst charge you could get. You could only get it if you commit 2 felonies at the same time. You either kill a cop or a lady that's pregnant, or you kill more than 2 people.
Or I guess more than one person. So if you kill 2 people, that's capital murder, right?
Yes, sir.
And to be clear, your victim was not an officer.
No, sir.
And it wasn't a pregnant lady.
No, sir.
But you did kill 2 people, or were part of
Yes.
killing 2 people.
Yes, sir.
So you faced 2 capital murder charges.
Yes, sir.
I can't even imagine that kind of life, obviously, right? I mean, you sent some pictures of you holding weapons and things when you were in your gang life and your activities that you were doing. Where was your family in all this? Where's your mom? Where's your dad? Where's anybody trying to get you not to continue this lifestyle? I met your mom. She seems like a wonderful, upstanding lady. Where was she? Where was your rest of your family?
I ain't talked to my dad. He we really got into it a lot of times. He said, sometimes even said he wished I wasn't here, and that if it that he was gonna kill me and stuff like that. And he in Mexico, and then my mama.
Now, was that because of your crimes that he was saying those things, or was it just because he never wanted a son, or what?
I don't even know. I ain't ask all that. I don't know. So I ain't talked to my dad. I just fixed stuff with my dad like a couple months ago. But my mama, she always try to get me out that lifestyle, but I wouldn't listen to her really. And then I feel like she'll put her boyfriend before me, so I really wouldn't be that close to my mama. And I wouldn't listen to my mama, even though she always tried to get me out that lifestyle. Till I came to jail, that's when I really seen that my mama was there for me. And then I started talking to my mama. I got close to my mama and my family in jail.
Now, what age were you facing these 2 capital murder charges?
The murders happened when I was 8 days before my 15th birthday, and I got locked up when I was 15.
So you were 14 years old when you committed or were part of the capital murders?
Yes, sir.
You ended up going to jail at 15.
6 months after my 15th birthday.
How did it go from you facing How is it you ended up, I think you told me, an 18-year sentence?
Yeah.
How do you think you ended up with 18 years when, by all accounts, most people that murdered get life or life without parole? How do you think you ended up with only 18 years?
I was a juvenile, and the judge said she was gonna give me the age of the kid that like one of the victims that died. So I got 18 years.
One of the victims that died, you got 18 years.
Yeah.
How old was the other victim?
Oh, the other victim was 16, 17.
16,
And then there was another one that was 14, 15.
So there were 3 murders?
No, it was 2 murders and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
Okay, so the third one lived, I guess?
Yes.
Okay. So you still, though, you ended up with 18 years, not life.
Life for youth is for 40 years.
Yeah, and you didn't get 40 years.
No, sir.
Why do you think she gave you 40 years, or she gave you 18 instead of 40 years?
Because, to be honest, I never seen nobody from my juvenile department in El Paso, Texas that got less. All I seen is less than 30 years. Like, I never seen nobody that has more than 30 years. She believes in a lot of second chances, the judge.
Well, you remember Carlos Garcia, who was in our ministry.
Yes.
He had 40.
Yo, he was from the Valley.
Yeah.
From El Paso, Texas.
Yeah.
But he had 40, and I'm glad he out and he doing good.
Yeah. He is doing really well. Brian, of course, the other gentleman, he had 40.
So he doing good.
He was
too.
from the Valley also.
Yeah.
But you got 18 years. Do you see the hand of God in that at all?
Yes. Because I could have, the day before I got sentenced, I was asking God. Because to be honest, I lost my hope in God for a little bit. But then the day before I got sentenced, I asked God for forgiveness. And the next day when I went to court and I got sentenced, I know I could have that I was going to talk to the victims. And one of the victims' family forgave me for being part of the murder of her son. She forgave me. And after that, I started praying every morning and night and reading the Bible. And yeah.
So while you were inside jail, of course, you realized that your mom, who'd been trying to keep you out of trouble, was there for you.
Yes.
And you kind of reconciled a lot of bridges within your family, kind of rebuilt those bridges and those relationships.
Yo, I went to, in Giddings State School, I was in Giddings State School, TJJD, and over there they do a 3-day weekend, Epiphany. I was in the Epiphany and Kairos. Mm-hmm. It's like the church ministry.
Right.
And in the Epiphany, we were learning about forgiveness and all that. And that weekend really it touched my heart. So I really after that weekend, I called my dad and I started talking to my dad. And now we good. He be texting me and calling me, stuff like that. So sometimes you just gotta let the past go and keep moving. Don't focus on the past.
Now you were inside the Texas Juvenile Justice Department. You're going through these classes. You have these spiritual occurrences happening where you go to the Epiphany and you go to Kairos. And I believe that program is called The Torch, isn't it, for the young people?
For Kairos is The Torch.
Yeah.
And the other one is called Epiphany.
Yeah. So you went to Kairos, The Torch, and the Epiphany, and you had this spiritual encounter with Christ, and you, right before sentencing, you're praying to God, obviously asking for mercy, and he gave you mercy. He gave you 18 years instead of life.
I went to court because I have a capital murder. You have to go back to court when you're 19, a month before you're 19. I went to court and my court was going bad. I was supposed to go to TDC and do half of my time there, 6-7 more years, I think. And I was just praying, and then gang unit testified against me, and a lot of people testified against me, but I just kept asking God to help me, and he ended up giving me a second chance.
And your case manager reached out to me, and they were trying to decide whether or not they were going to have us interview you and place you with us. And there was some concern about whether or not we would accept you, but we did.
Yes, and y'all been, since the day you picked me up, y'all been helpful, and I'm thankful for all that.
There's quite a story, a backstory behind picking you up, as you know. I know you know, but for the sake of our viewers.
And a long drive.
It was a bear, right? Yeah. So my wife's whole family is from El Paso, like I told you.
Yes, sir.
And so I was actually on my way to Oklahoma to drop off a young man who decided he didn't want to be in the ministry anymore, and we took him to Oklahoma. When your case manager called me, or the court representative, Mrs. Bennett, called me and said, hey, Sebastian has been granted parole, and he's going to be released to the TDCJ halfway house until you can get him. And so I just dropped everything, and I drove back from Oklahoma to my house Thursday night. We drove all night to El Paso Thursday night. We were there Friday morning to pick you up, and then we drove back Friday. So literally in a 48-hour period, I had probably 4 hours worth of sleep. But it was awesome to be able to do that for you and to bring you back here. And you've gotten real serious about your curriculum. When you come to Hope Prison Ministries, you're given a binder that says, Welcome to Hope's Houses. And inside this is your curriculum. And here are the rules, terms, and conditions that you agreed to in order to come to this ministry. For the sake of our viewers, obviously we take someone in like Sebastian or people who have committed other crimes, and we take it very seriously. We're very committed to not only his safety, but the safety of the public. And so we have 3 to 4 pages, about 3.5 pages of rules that they have to agree to in order to be a part of our ministry. And when they come, we give them a copy. These rules don't have his initials, but the one on file does. And these are the rules that he has committed to come to be here. And when they're in the Texas Juvenile Justice Department, of course, we tell them that they're going to have to do curriculum. But I know that when Sebastian first came and I started actually walking him through the curriculum, it was more than he imagined. Is that safe to say?
Yes, sir.
Was it more than you imagined?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So but he's doing the curriculum now. So he's got a long way to go, but we are excited to have you here.
Thank you.
And I just can't wait to see what God does. And we talked briefly about the possibility of you speaking to some young people and trying to get them to turn away from the lifestyles they've been leading or could lead and follow Christ instead.
Yes, sir. Jail's not made for nobody, to be honest.
Jail's not fun.
Nah, it's not fun.
And to be honest, you had it easier than most because you were in the Texas Juvenile Justice Department, which compared to the Texas Department of Criminal Justice, that's a picnic. But it's still rough, yeah. So there's a young person, your age maybe, 13, 14 years old. They're starting to go down that road that you've already been down. And you've experienced the consequences of it. You're experiencing the consequences of it and will for the next 20 or 30 years, right? What would you say to them?
It's not worth it. At the end of the day, the gangster life, it's not the same no more. It's like, it's not going to take you like how you want it. Making easy money, it's not it. You're going to be easy at the moment, but after that, it's either you die or you go to jail. Look at me, I don't finish parole till I'm 20 to 2040. I messed up my life. I can't get really good jobs and stuff like that. I locked up for almost 4 years. I lost people while I was in there. And people left, people came back, people ain't came back. A lot of people changed. It's not worth it. At the end of the day, just be there for your family, and it's better to make money the legal way than the illegal way, because the illegal way won't take it to a rough path, and it's just not it. It's really not it, to be honest.
You said when you came, you had 3 goals. Yes, besides knowing Christ better. Yes, sir. You wanted to become a barber. Yes, sir. And you wanted to get a job in construction, and you want a Cadillac.
Yeah, it's either a Cadillac or 300 or Mercedes. Those
are your 3 goals, right?
Mhm.
Okay. We've started on step 1. I've told you that I've pretty much already got you set up to become part of Richardson's Barber Academy. And so we'll find out more about that after the first of the year. But the plan is for you to, as soon as possible, start Barber Academy. We've arranged with a local business person who is willing to let you start the academy. And we'll work out finances and all the rest. But the bottom line is you're going to be able to start Barber Academy, and you'll be able to start working toward that dream of one day owning a nice car and having nice things that are obtained legally, right?
Yes, sir.
So we're super excited you came, Sebastian, and I look forward to seeing what God is going to do in your life.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for taking the time.
Thank you, sir.
All right.